And I said, UFOs are as real as the airplanes flying overhead. That gave me the dubious distinction of being the first person of cabinet rank in the G8 group of countries to say so unequivocally. In the 1960s sometime, it was a flotilla of UFOs headed south that crossed into NATO territory in Europe. And the commander-in-chief of the Supreme Allied headquarters in Europe was naturally very shaken. Fortunately, or maybe divine providence, before the panic button was pushed, the flotilla turned around and headed back. Obviously, they had thought maybe they were Russian, and they were very concerned about it. Anyway, an investigation was launched into this whole subject, and a document was prepared which concluded that at least 4 species had been visiting Earth for thousands of years. And this is my own view at this stage as well. So, in Springs, in Nevada, and these tall whites were living on United States Air Force property and working in cooperation with the United States Air Force and sharing technology with them. He wrote a book, incidentally, called Millennial Hospitality.
Do you believe in life on other planets?
Oh yes, there's not much question at all, but there's life throughout the universe. We're not alone in the universe at all.
You're convinced that we're not alone in the universe?
Oh, I know for sure we're not alone in the universe. And I happen to be privileged enough to have been on the fact that we have been visited on this planet. And the UFO phenomenon is real, although it's been covered up by our governments for quite a long time. It is a real phenomenon. And there's quite a few of us. It's been well covered up by all of our governments for the last 60 years or so. But slowly it's leaked out, and some of us are privileged to have been briefed on some of it. But I've also been in military circles and intelligence circles that knows beneath the surface of what has
In 1945, an earthenware jar was dug up in a cave west of the Nile near the village of Nag Hammadi, Egypt. Contained in this jar were papyrus scrolls and codices wrapped in leather of biblical text dating back to around 400 AD. Translations of these Nag Hammadi scrolls revealed a body of early Christian teachings that are considered to be Gnostic in character. In other words, these texts contain gospels that had escaped censorship or revision by the Church of Rome, unedited gospels that in fact repudiated the authority of Orthodox Christian doctrine, posing a theological threat which clearly provided an imperative to keep them hidden from Roman clergy. From the Greek word gnosis, meaning knowledge, Gnostic thought insisted upon direct and personal, first-hand religious or mystical experience with deity, and vehemently rejected dogmas, creeds, and clerics, or any superfluous intercessors between man and God, an unwelcome posture for Vatican authority. Yet contained within these lost texts is an exotic description of the origins of Earth and the human species that serious religious scholars dismiss as mythological science fiction, a fantastic and disturbing description of cosmology that reveals an intrusion upon Earth humanity by malevolent, parasitic, extraterrestrial invaders, who use Earth humans as puppets in a vast, centuries-old game of deception and domination. And how do the Gnostic texts describe these invaders? Referred to as archons, they come in two distinct types: an aggressive reptilian humanoid and smaller passive creatures resembling a prematurely formed fetus.
Certainly no one could have been unaware of the strange stories taking out of all that. Rumors about something being dug up in the hills. I never heard these stories much frequently.
Since this initiative will enrich a wide range of people, including those who have yet to find a response to their spiritual realm, to the knowledge and love of Jesus Christ, whose message of good news the Church bears to the ends of the promote the search for the true, the good, and the beautiful, transcending geographical boundaries and ethnic division.